Meredith, you know, we walk around to our friends and say, do you have a really cool thing to show us? What do you have for us this time?
Well, I have something that's very interesting. It's a $50 1869 rainbow note, part of the Rainbow series, and it's one of the key denominations to the set. You could find the 1, the 2, the 5, and the 10 fairly readily. Once you get in the 20s, it gets a little more difficult, and then the 50s and the 100s become exceedingly scarce. I have a $50 rainbow. There's about 64 total known, and I believe it's one of the few currently available for sale today.
What was the idea behind the rainbow paper?
Well, they added various different colors to the note to distinguish it from other paper money, and they wanted to make it beautiful. They put a blue tint in the paper. They put a red seal as well as the red serial number. And on the lower denominations, they would put a green tint with the denominations in microprint, which would add a green hue to the paper.
What kind of value?
We are asking $37,500 for this example. We are offering a $20 1905 Technicolor note in PMG 66 with the pedigree of Phil Pott. He is a Texas dealer / collector in the 50s and 60s. He was known to handle some of the greatest and rarest rarities at the time. This example is one of the finest known. It is graded by PMG as Gem 66, exceptional paper quality.
And what was the idea of the Technicolor? What were they trying to do making it so bright?
Well, this is actually, in my opinion, a commemorative note. In 1905, Theodore Roosevelt instructed the BEP to make a special note that was just very limited edition that would be released in conjunction with the 1907 Augustus St. Gaudens ultra high relief. In 1906, they changed it. They took away all the color, they took away the gold tint, they took away the red seal and serial number, as well as the special $20 engraving here on the left of the note, as well as the gold tint for the $20 gold coin, for the $20 denominator, as well as the $20 in gold coin. This is a very limited edition. According to the census, there's less than 600 total known, and this is one of the finest examples.
What kind of value?
We are asking $75,000 for this note.
Obviously the classic rarity, and the one that's kind of the most coveted is the $1,000 note. Obviously a denomination that didn't pop back up in use in the Confederacy. The engraving is incredible. The engraving work that was used on the first Montgomerys was second to none within Confederate notes. And for this particular piece, a nice mid-grade note with excellent colors, beautiful paper. It's expected to sell somewhere between $30,000 and $40,000.
Did they expect the $1,000 bills to actually circulate?
They weren't used heavily in circulation. They were often used in bank-to-bank transactions. And it was also something where you could help fund the Confederacy by putting on deposit money and then holding this bill. Good money being gold at the time that could be used towards fighting. Things like this too, the Confederacy created paper in order to fund their war efforts because they were essentially broke. The Union did the same thing. They just didn't have enough money to fund the war, so they printed paper money on a fiat basis, so it was based just on whether or not your side would win, and those values actually fluctuated during the war.
What kind of value?
This note's expected to sell between $30,000 and $40,000.
Well, I have a 1927 5-pound Palestine board currency. This is the first year of the Palestine board issued currency. Far rarer than the 1929, 1934, and 1944 issues. This is a 5 pound, so it's considered a little higher of denomination. This note particularly is graded by PMG as a very fine 25 and is probably in the top 15-20% of the known notes in that grade range.
What is the popularity of notes from Israel and Palestine?
Israeli notes are extremely popular, especially the Palestine region. There's a high volume of collectors and a lot of sophisticated and eclectic individuals that do collect, and they all want the finest stone, they want the rare estates. So the market is thriving and sustained very strongly in the last decade or so.
It appears there's a lot of different languages on the notes. Can you tell us the different languages?
Well, they're popular because they're written in 3 different languages: English, Hebrew, and Arabic. And it appeals to a wide range of collectors and individuals with certain backgrounds.
What kind of value?
I'd place a very conservative value at around $25,000.
Here we go, we've got a 1928 $1,000 gold certificate. These are extremely rare because in 1933, a lot of the gold coins and the gold notes were recalled in from the president. So it was illegal for you to own any gold and gold certificates. So that's why these are extremely rare, because a lot of them got turned in and were destroyed and can never be owned until later in the 1960s.
What are the chances of a lot of $1,000 bill gold notes like this existing?
Thousands right now are probably in the estimated around 70 to 80 that are known to exist at the current moment, which is not a lot considering 500s and thousands, which are very common. The gold certificates are extremely, extremely rare.
What kind of value?
Now, in a condition like this, in a VF30, you're probably looking at around a $16,000 value at today's current market.